Well, President Trump's fellow Republicans are scrambling to contain the damage from his remarks in Helsinki. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell joined the demand for a stronger message about election meddling.
I think the Russians need to know that there are a lot of us who fully understand what happened in 2016, and it really better not happen again in 2018.
Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill, where other lawmakers won't accept the president's efforts to correct himself. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. Well, Republican leaders are relieved that the president at least appears to have accepted the political reality that his stance was alienating the intelligence community and a good part of his own party. But they still worry that the damage here at home and abroad cannot fully be undone, and they want more power for Congress to be able to sanction Russia itself.
I think he realizes he made a mistake.
Republicans welcomed the president's course correction.
That's what I wish he would have said initially.
But Democrats were skeptical it would stick.
I give these comments about 24 hours before he once again slams the investigation.
Both sides still have a lot of questions about that 2-hour meeting with Putin.
Bottom line is I want to know more about what went on between President Trump and President Putin.
Where are the notes from that meeting, the contemporaneous notes? What did the president agree to?
New Hampshire Democrat Jeanne Shaheen is even calling on the Senate to hold a hearing with the U.S. interpreter who was present during President Trump's meeting with Putin to uncover what they discussed privately. Republicans, meanwhile, are rallying around a bipartisan bill co-authored by Marco Rubio that would automatically impose new sanctions if Russia interferes in another U.S. election.
Putin won't have to sit around wondering what will happen if I do this. He will know up front what will happen.
Democrats want to go even further. They're pushing for legislation that would require the president to publicly reveal his tax returns and the extent of Russian investments. They say that the fact that he missed the letters N and T in that press conference don't fully explain why he was so deferential to President Putin, not just in that press conference, but really over the past several years.
Nancy, thanks. You know, that is interesting. Yesterday's press event by the president was meant to clear up this simple question of Russia. And when he said there are a lot of other people out there, that's been the basis of the questions about whether he really believes this in the first place. Going all the way back to January of 2016, he said, I think it could be Russia or a lot of other people. Right. He essentially has held the same position and continues to about whether they really were involved. And I think also left on the table, as Nancy mentioned, is this question of whether he's going to hold Russia to account and also the moral equivalence that disturbed so many Republicans that he seemed to show in that press conference, suggesting that America and Russia were equally to blame for the state of relations.
Yeah, I've been following Russian media, and even they are confused by the president's actions. Stunning.
I would imagine the White House did not think we'd still be talking about this 3 days later after what they thought would be a really impressive, productive summit.
And probably 3 days more to come as well.